1000万 MLB 翻訳侍戦士チャンネルへようこそ。山本由伸選手の待望の復帰登板や試合の流れを左右した守備の攻防など見どころ満載の一戦となりました。果たして勝敗の行方は？今回はこちらを詳しく解説している番組をご紹介いたします。ご意見やご感想などありましたらぜひコメント欄までお願いします。この動画が面白いと思っていただけましたらチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いします。それではご覧ください。
Back here in LA, and what a win. Cubs 6, Dodgers 3. Imanaga 7 innings, 3 earned runs, didn't walk anyone. Gave up the 3 homers. Yamamoto, his first start since mid-June. And for the Cubs, they broke it open with 5 in the 8th and got some help from the Dodgers. They made 3 errors, and the Cubs victorious, and they go for the sweep tomorrow. Man, that was some kind of game, and we were excited at the beginning because of Imanaga and Yamamoto squaring off. They lived up to the hype. Both guys pitched pretty good.
No, both guys pitched really well. I mean, you know, Shota has been the stud all year and continued exactly what he's doing. The question was, would Yamamoto be all right? He has been on the IL since June 15th, and boy, did he ever. 4 innings, he had 8 strikeouts. He had a really good fastball command, good command of his breaking ball, and Shota matched him. I mean, he gave up the 3 solo homers, but at the end of the day, they're solo homers. And so therefore, it was only 3-1 and allowed for the Cubs to come back and say it was a huge part of that. Your RBI single up the middle, going to second base on the ball that was thrown away, and then the Cubs able to tack on a few more. So it was a much anticipated matchup, and it lived up to its billing. And boy, what a finish by Pete Crow Armstrong with that catch, robbing Max Muncy of that home run.
Spectacular play to finish it up by Pete Crow Armstrong, and the Cubs will go for the sweep coming up on Wednesday night. What a win. 6-3 the final here in Los Angeles. There it is, the grab to save the game for Ryan Dempster and Taylor McGregor. I'm Boog Shambi. Cubs win 6-3.
Hello, welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., and Nomar Garciaparra. The Dodgers really let one get away tonight here at Dodger Stadium. They've now dropped the first 2 games of this series to the Chicago Cubs. They also lose another game off of their lead in the National League West. Coming into this game, the real story of this one was Yoshinobu Yamamoto making his return. His first start in almost 3 months was absolutely outstanding for 4 innings. Tommy Edman has a couple of home runs. Things are looking good, but then an absolutely disastrous 8th inning for the Dodgers, Jerry. It starts with a 4-pitch walk. Then they commit 3 errors. It leads to 4 unearned runs, 5 runs total for the Cubs.
Very uncharacteristic there by the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been very good defensively all season long. They just really had that one bad inning, and you can't give an extra team, or can't give a team like the Cubs extra outs. They took advantage of it. On the flip side, well, here's that 8th inning once again. You know, this is a swinging butt by Swanson. This is really a tough error. This is up the line. Barehanding, trying to make a play right there. It is up the line for the very first error. Once again, very uncharacteristic by Austin Barnes. And here, they take advantage of it. A rocket up the middle. They get the RBI, but here, this ball goes into the Dodger dugout. It's a 2-base error. In comes another run right there. So, listen, the Dodgers, I said it earlier, they've been excellent, not good, excellent defensively all season long. They had 1 bad inning.
Yeah, you know, the positive, obviously, Yamamoto. Wow, he looked outstanding, right? And then you have, you know, this inning where they make the 3 errors, the miscues. It does not look good. You know, even before this inning and a half inning, you have a runner get picked off, trying to stand up, going back into first base. So it kind of started there. And then you have this inning where just defensively, like you said, very uncharacteristic. Wasn't like the Dodgers at all. The Cubs definitely take advantage of that. So that definitely cost them the game. But I'd say on the positive side, not only Yamamoto, but Gratterall, we got to see him come in the game. That was positive as well. He looked good going out there and throwing. And then the other thing, though, you really have to tip your hat to Pete Crow Armstrong out there. Wow, what a performance he had in center field.
Yeah, we saw how how defense could really make a difference in a game tonight, no more. The Dodgers having their troubles defensively in that 8th inning with those 3 errors. Pete Crow Armstrong, the kid out of Harvard Westlake, he comes home and put on a glove of a defensive player.
Yeah, we still got to get a ruling on that. You're right.
But they never even reviewed it.
Just checking it, right?
Just checking it.
Not saying that they would.
Because it definitely hit the guy's hat.
Not that they'd be overturning that, but definitely checking that. They didn't do that. But at the same time, I mean, what a play. I mean, really, what a play. And he, on the offensive side, he also had a good day on the offensive side. He just had a tremendous day coming back home, put on an absolute show. But I think this is one, though, that the Dodgers really just looked internally and said, you know what, we let this one get away. We didn't play good baseball all the way through in order to pull this game off.
And we were talking about it before the game, Jerry, the return of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Even Dave Roberts wasn't exactly sure what to expect. He thought, I think anybody predicted we would see this kind of Yoshinobu tonight because he was outstanding for 4 innings.
He was dominant. I mean, we talked about it going in, and we saw it last night. The Cubs have been swinging the bat, and he quieted those bats tonight. Outstanding job. The command he had on his fastball and his split finger pitch. That's why I don't want to say it's surprising because he's a great pitcher, but for him to have that feel for the first time pitching in a big league ball game, look at that split right there to get Suzuki down and in, was definitely a pleasant surprise. What it tells me is he's healthy, he's fresh, and yes, he could have gone out another extra inning or two, but why do that? We're building him up right now. We got to think of the long haul, which is very short from now because we are in September, but that is positive. Obviously, we didn't win this ball game. We didn't finish the way we should have finished, but Yamamoto looked outstanding. That is a great sign.
I mean, I think you touched on it. I mean, for you to have feel like that, you were asking, what are we hoping to see from him? Well, we're hoping to see command. Boy, did he have command. Command of all of his pitches today was really incredible. I mean, when you look at the line, he goes out there, and mind you, with 59 pitches, completed 4 innings, gave up 4 hits. I know he had an earned run that was questionable whether it should have been an earned run or not because of a play out there. Could have been ruled an error as well. But at the same time, no base on balls, no walks.
Right.
And then gave a jumbo jack to the fans by himself with 8 strikeouts in just 4 innings. Just tells you what a performance that was. It was so impressive and so positive. And I mean, Luke, question is going to be, how do you feel tomorrow? Tomorrow, we'll see how he feels, and we are hoping he feels okay because he looked great.
Especially based on the velocity tonight, I think he was feeling pretty good because he was ticking up where he was before he went on the injured list in terms of how hard he was throwing the baseball tonight. Unfortunately, the Dodgers fall to the Cubs 6-3. Let's head upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Jessica Mendoza.
Well, the defense kind of decided this game, didn't it? Because the Dodgers played poorly in that 8th inning. 3 errors lead to 5 runs, and then Pete Crow Armstrong puts on a show throughout the game, ends the game with a home run robbery.
Some of the best outfield defense that we've ever seen. I mean, the rob that he had of Ohtani, which would have been a double, catching the ball behind his back, and then going up to end the game against Max Muncy with a fan actually hitting the ball and him still catching it.
Bright spot to this game, obviously, is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. His first game in 3 months, and he was as good as you ever could have imagined he'd be.
Joe, 8 Ks, I mean, through 3 innings, he ended up going 4 innings, but I mean, just the swing and miss, everything that you wanted from him, I felt like even exceeded. The good stuff that we saw early in the season, I mean, it was even better, and it only brings good to the starting rotation.
Cubs, though, take the first 2 games of this series. Dodgers will try to avoid the sweep tomorrow as they send Bobby Miller to the mound.
Game 2 of this 3-game series with Yoshinobu Yamamoto returning to the big leagues for the first time in almost 3 months after the rotator cuff strain. Boy, he looked really good out of the gate, Jerry.
I mean, that breaking ball, 12-6, outstanding job to get Hap right there. And again, the hitters let you know. When you make mistakes, they capitalize them and let you know this ball, dirty, to get the swing and miss.
Dansby Swanson goes down swinging as well. Back-to-back strikeouts to start it.
And then you have a split finger. I mean, early on against Hap, it was like strike, and then, okay, ball, and then here's a breaking ball. And then he came out, got ahead against Swanson, and then he throws a nasty split finger, and then now he's darting the fastball.
Dots that one to take care of his fellow countryman, Seiya Suzuki. Bottom of the first, Shota Imanaga on the mound against Shohei Ohtani. First pitch he sees, and he pops it up.
Yeah, you want Shohei Ohtani looks to be aggressive, and listen, we want him aggressive. He gets a pitch up in the zone, doesn't get it, but I like the aggressiveness.
4-pitch first inning for Imanaga, top 2. Yamamoto back out there, gets Cody Bellinger.
Man, you're looking at that fastball when he's spotting it up, got Cody the chase up in the zone, then gets something around the knees, forces Cody to chase.
After a base hit by Isaac Paredes, Michael Busch strikes out. So that's the first 5 outs on punch-outs. Nico Horner, though, base hit into center.
You know, that ball just kind of creeped over the middle of the plate. Good piece of hitting. He take it back up the middle. But that was the one thing he was doing so well with his pitches, with the movement. It started off maybe in the middle of the plate and just relying on that movement.
Nomar, this is the one you were talking about. Takes a hop on Freddie Freeman. They rule it a base hit, and a run scores.
It was a tough hop. Make no mistake here. I mean, I'm not saying like this was a tough hop. And then just a lot of times, too, you see that even though it's a tough hop, it may stay close. At the very least, maybe kept him at third base, but the way it kicked away, it ended up scoring.
Miguel Amaya, fly ball to Mookie Betts, but the Cubs get one to take the lead. Bottom two, though, Tommy Edman in the cleanup spot tonight doing cleanup hitter type things. His first home run as a Dodger.
I think he's very comfortable hitting that fourth spot. First pitch he sees in that fourth spot. First Dodger home run. Great swing, great level swing throughout. Allows it to have some backspin right there. Solo bomb.
Ties the game. One apiece. And his first sunflower shower from Teo. Top three. Yamamoto facing Ian Happ, and he's going to get Happ for the second straight time. Man.
Again, that movement is absolutely filthy. It looks like a fastball.
It does. And, it started off right in the middle of the plate.
He freezes Dansby Swanson. Seventh strikeout. And he's going to make it 8 of the first 9 outs.
I mean, seriously. I mean, Suzuki, obviously, the first 2 at-bats really wasn't fair. Fastball dotted at the knees away, and that split finger dirty.
Bottom of the third, Austin Barnes up there with a base hit to left. The first 2 have reached here in the third.
That's a great job by Austin Barnes, staying on that ball that was down, barreling that ball up for a nice knock.
But again, defense, a big difference tonight. Michael Busch makes a nice play and actually turns 2 on Shohei.
That is as good as it gets right there. I mean, first baseman Michael Busch able to whirl and twirl, throws a strike to Swanson. Great exchange right there.
So just like that, 2 down for Mookie Betts on the ground to third. And the Dodgers cannot score after the first 2 reach. Heading to the fourth, Yamamoto still out there. Michael Busch at the plate to Freddie Freeman.
Oh, that is great. That's textbook right there. Fab Five Freddie getting over to Miggy Rowe. Comes right back to him. Double play.
Yamamoto threw 4 innings. Job well done. 4th inning, Nomar. Tommy Edman again. And Pete Crow Armstrong's not going to get this one.
Well, I love it. He wasn't wasting any time. And in his first at-bat, he's like, fastball, first pitch. I'm going to jump all over it because he's watching Imanaga trying to get ahead. Here's the same thing. Listen, if I get something I can handle, I'm not going to waste any time, and he drives it out.
Even Crow had a beat on it, too.
He did.
Great night for Yamamoto right now. He's inside the clubhouse talking with Kirsten Watson and the media.
Yoshi, first, just welcome back. When you think about the performance you had out there, was that the best that you have felt since, I guess, with rehab starts and just returning from the injury back to playing?
今日の登板なんですけども、その前回の登板、今年でtotal year right。だから今年休みがあったんですけど、その今日の出来っていうのは今年の中でどれくらいのものだったんでしょう。
本当に今年の中でも、本当にトップに、いいくらいの、感覚で投げられたと思います。
I think because today was like a pretty close to the best of the year.
Going in, were you nervous? Were you excited? How did you feel as you got out there?
緊張とかいろいろそのエキサイトいろんな気持ちどうでしたか？
やっぱり期間の空いた、相手の登板だったので、やっぱりいつも通りとはいきませんでしたけど、なるべく落ち着いた、気持ちで試合に入れるように、取り組みました。
It's been a while since the last outing, so that was a little different. But then, because I was trying to stay calm and to getting out there and then perform.
And Yoshinobu, 8 strikeouts, 11 whiffs. How would you just assess your stuff overall?
今日8三振、その出来とかっていうのはどうでしたか？
変化球がすごくいい感覚で、投げられたので、それが三振につながったと思いますし、またこういういい感覚を、しっかりと自分のものにできるように、したいです。
My breaking ball was working pretty well today, and then I'd like to continue this kind of quality with it.
First start in almost 3 months. We saw good velocity. We saw a nasty split finger tonight and also good commands. Nomar right out of the gate in that first start. What did you see?
I saw him establishing the bottom part of the zone. Yeah, he would go up, he would change the eyesight, but when you can establish that bottom part of the zone, and especially when you have a devastating splitter, that's for some success right there. We're going to go to the K zone and talk about, okay, when you establish that. And it's not just always just the fastball. You can establish the bottom part of the zone with the curveball as well. You get ahead of hitters. We draw a line. What's that bottom part of the zone? Well, there's the breaking ball. Get the swing and miss. Talk about establishing. What does that make? It makes your splitter that devastating. Here's the fastball. You're thinking, oh, well, if I see it down there, I'll just let it go. Well, you can't let it go because he's throwing a fastball down there and he's throwing it for strike. So now you've been seeing fastballs down there, and now he throws you a splitter that looks like a fastball. You get the swing and miss. You're behind in the count. And then he comes at you with another splitter, which, by the way, even if you don't swing that, is a strike as well, and it's hitting the zone. So he's even throwing a strike with the splitter, throwing it with the fastball, and that splitter that is just so good and gets the swing and miss that you're off balance. You're like, okay, I take the fastball because you're thinking maybe that's a splitter that is just dropping off the table. You don't know what to do out.
We saw Brusdar Graterol coming back off the IL tonight. Unfortunately, Anthony Bonda goes on the IL. Dave Roberts just said moments ago, Nomar, that Bonda was unhappy or frustrated with how he threw last night, broke his left hand out of frustration by hitting something, as Dave called a hard object.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to lose a guy who's been so valuable for you in the bullpen, and here we are at this time of the year to lose that. He needed to watch Bull Durham, so that's all. You just never hit it with your pitching arm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He was having a great year.
Yeah.
It's sad that we won't see him for a while.
All right, tough night for the Dodgers in more ways than one. That does it for this edition of Access Sportsnet Dodgers. We'll see you tomorrow, pregame, 6 o'clock.
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。